How do we deal with violence? Violence is a really low form of communication. People who use violence don't know how to use their words. So when someone starts hitting or using violence, it's a sign that they don't have enough maturity and they are not developed enough to know how to use a different way. The powers that be that are trying to control the populace will want to use violence. And it's really hard to resist violence without looking like you're also doing violence. There's also this aspect of suppressed anger within the collective, within the populace. It is the anger of, I have been pushed down for so long, I have been lied to and coerced for so long, and I can't take it anymore. And that was the energy that Luigi expressed for us. And that's why so many of us felt validated. We felt like he spoke what we were feeling. What maybe a lot of us would not do, he did to show our outward anger. And that anger is very healthy, and that anger is very needed because anger claims worthiness. When you express your human volition and you say, no, that was not okay, that anger is healthy, and the movement needs that anger. However, when you use violence, you are communicating to everybody else. You are allowed to do that to me, right? I would do that to you. And so I believe that that is something that can be done generally and can be done to me or against me. So you never want to do anything to your opponent that you would not be okay with having done to you. Do you want to be the recipient of violence? No? Then you don't do violence to other people. But that doesn't protect you from people trying to do violence to you. And often, the people who would want to visit violence on you through hate or through force, they don't know any other language. They are not emotionally sensitive or they haven't developed their empathy. And so the only language they know is punching. So you would communicate to those people through physical boundaries. You would say, do not step over this line, or so and so will happen to you. Setting boundaries, physical boundaries, ethical boundaries, is not unspiritual. It is okay to say, if you use force against me, I will protect myself. And what a lot of the nonviolent movements understood was what's going to matter is how it looks in the media. Who looks like they're militarized and using force, and who looks like they are running away and trying to protect themselves. I don't think that the revolution is going to be without violence, but I think it's going to be a lot quieter. It is going to require a lot less of our physical presence and physical space taking up. And when we have to show our physical presence, we stand there and we hold our power and our authenticity and we say, this is who I am and this is what I need. And it should be accommodated. I think it's true that the government would want to lift up the idea of non-violent protest, non-violent resistance, and would want to bury some of the more militant or forceful movements that have happened. I think the helpful part of those more forceful, warrior-like resistances is that they know how to use the energy of anger, and they know how to find their worthiness through self-righteous, this is not okay, I will not stand for this. And you can inhabit that energy without violence. I think that there probably will be violence. Violence is the language of the unheard. I think that we have been unheard for a long time, and it is natural that we are not okay with it. But the more we can use that anger for self-trust, self-esteem, centering, alignment, going away from fear and towards love, the better. And I don't know if I answered that question, but hopefully so.